Unbelievable! That is a dream goal!
They found it! They finally found the goal they were looking for!
What a finish that is! Do not scratch your eyes! This is really happening!
Coming to you live from the German American Society in Yardville, New Jersey, just a stone's throw away from the capital of the Garden State in Trenton. It is APSL, Delaware River Conference Soccer on Game and Frame. I'm James Burley. Isaac Jersey's the man behind the camera. So happy to have you with us for this presentation of the German American Kickers and Sewell Old Boys. It is a 6-pointer, if there ever was one, with relegation implications on the line. The German American Kickers sitting in 11th in the APSL DRC table, just 2 points behind Sewell's Old Boys, who currently sit tied for 9th. A huge match with implications depending on who could maybe go back down to the Casa Select League by the end of this season. Both teams in their first year at the semi-professional level of the DRC in APSL. Both teams looking for 3 points tonight. We'll be back with starting lineups and first kick just moments away from the German American Society. Don't go anywhere.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game and Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalized approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division I programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
and welcome back to the German American Society in Yardville, New Jersey. German American Kickers and Sewell's Old Boys looking to kick off in just a moment. Kickoff temperature about 41 degrees Fahrenheit. Can tell you we are feeling it, and when the wind kicks in, just that much more. A relegation six-pointer between the German American Kickers and Sewell's Old Boys awaits. I'm James Burley. Isaac Jersey's behind the camera. Let's take a look at the starting 11 for each of these two teams. For the visitors, Sewell's Old Boys, it's Dylan Aportella in goal. The back four from right to left, Jackson Kiss, Aiden Summers, Christian Vetter, a pair of Widener University center backs that'll have some good chemistry between the two of them. Ryan Lawler is at the left back position. A double pivot in midfield of Ryan Toporowski and Bailey Sifone. The front four, Ryan Gale, Gil Ferreira in the number 10 position, Jake Kuzmic off the left, and Sean Fatiga, the main man up front. For the German American Kickers, it's John Warwick in goal, back four from right to left, Giovanni Acevedo, Davinson Joan Vilmar, Kyle Pilateri, Daniel Garund in the midfield trio. John Ramos is going to sit underneath Omar Orellana, and the number 10 Oliver Dyson. The front three, Luckner St. Pierre, Ernest Luisius, and Chase Semper Vive, as we just are moments away from kickoff. Two teams lining up ahead of what is going to be a super consequential matchup for each of these two sides. The German American Kickers looking for their first win since November. They've lost 7 straight and have sunk deeper down the table. They sit in 11th currently in the playoff relegation position. They play the second place finishing team from the Casa Select League. 12th, of course, goes all the way down. That's currently the Medford Strikers, who sit on just 10 points. The referee crew this evening, Mo Hassanen is the main man in charge, and manning the lines will be James Dolan, no, not that James Dolan, and Sammy Card. While the GAK are looking to get back in the win column for the first time in a while, Sewell's Old Boys have hit a run of form that is a bit unprecedented for them at this level. Like I mentioned, both of these teams playing in this level for the first time this season. Sewell's Old Boys on a run of 3 wins, 2-1 victory over Philadelphia SC, 3-1 win over Lighthouse, and a 3-1 win against Philly Heritage. That's 2 matches in a row on away from home that they've been able to win, despite only getting 1 win through the fall season against who? You guessed it, the German American Kickers, a 3-2 win back in October, sometime without wins for Sewell's Old Boys, but they've made a habit of it lately. Can they keep that going tonight on the road against the German American Kickers? To make matters worse for the home side, not only have they found themselves on the wrong side of a number of results in a row, it's been some lopsided results at that. Of those 7 straight matches they've lost, all have been by a margin of 4 goals or more. They have not won since November the 13th, the 5-1 victory over Lighthouse, and they've only scored 3 goals in that stretch of 7 losses. They won 3 of their first 5 games and have lost 9 of the next 10 since. It's going to take a big turnaround for them to climb their way back up the table. Of course, things are far from over. This will be the 6th to last match for German American Kickers. Sewell's Old Boys do have 1 match in hand. Oliver Dyson taking captain's honors today for the home side. They're without their top scorer for this match, and Mamadou Diouf, who's got 5 goals on the season. On the other hand, Sewell's Old Boys' 2 top scorers, Ryan Gale and Jake Kuzmic, combined for 13 goals between the two of them. Gale's got 7, Kuzmic's got 6. They start on each of the wings today for the visitors. Up front, it's Sean Fatiga, Widener University man, one of 4 Widener players in this starting 11, former all-conference selection, alongside the center back Christian Vetter. Just waiting on the referee's discretion for this 6-pointer in the APSL Delaware River Conference. It is underway. From left to right in white tops is the German American Kickers. From right to left in the black and red is Sewell's Old Boys, reminiscent of their namesake club in Rosario, Argentina. Here's Ramos. Early long ball in the direction of a chasing Ernest Luisius. Oliver Dyson just concedes possession there. Daniel Grun picks it up, and now in the other direction, quick burst of speed from Ryan Gale. Could be in behind here. Ryan Gale has got a number in the box. The cross comes in, and it was defended well by Acevedo. Waiting in the penalty area was Fatiga. Playing with the Earth's elements under their feet. Green grass and a few patches in the penalty area. That ball did come up on Fatiga, and he did just as well as he possibly could have with it. Acevedo takes a deflection. It's the first corner of the match early on tonight. Couple of red and black shirts standing over the ball. It's going to be an in-swinger instead. The front post. First ball is one out of the air. It was Pilateri, but it's still kept alive by Sewell's Old Boys. Holding it there is Ryan Lawler, dispossessed, and now a chance to counter for GAK. Here's Lucknerson Pierre. Pierre's got speed in front of him, got room to run. Pierre into the penalty area out of nothing. Pierre just missed that one wide. We've seen a couple of bursts of speed down the right wing for each side respectively. Just so much space to run into. Pierre had more speed than I think Sewell knew what to deal with. Chance whistled wide early on. Chances at either end to start this one. Dylan Apportella, former Point Pleasant, New Jersey, and Rowan University man sends this one long. Looking for Fatiga there, dispossessed and stepping ahead from the right back position. To knock that one out of play was Jackson Kiss. And one again, here's Kiss. Inside for Gale, he's got runners to his left. Looking for Fatiga, and one in the middle by Ramos. Possession conceded back to Sewell. Bouncing off the holding midfielder, Bailey Sifone holding the captain's armband tonight. One comes off the foot of Kuzmic, out for a GAK throw. Early long throw from Joan Villemar, took a deflection. It's going to be, that throw never came in. It's going to be Sewell Old Boys throw from the spot of the previous throw in, just sorting that out now on the pitch. Just a correction there, it will be a GAK throw. Again, ball never came in. Inside, Dyson plays back with Acevedo. Just trying to get out of this tight area. Took the brunt of that with Sifone, but playing through it and finding a player forward. Here's Ferreira. Looking in behind for Kuzmic, defended by Joan Villemar. Struggling to play out of the danger there. GAK again, it will be a throw for the visitors this time. And Sifone is still feeling the brunts of that ball that took him in the midsection earlier. Just had the wind knocked out of him, and he'll need a moment before he gets back to his feet. Just halting play for a moment. The speedster Ryan Gale getting prepared for a long throw. 4 red and black shirts in the penalty area waiting this one. Flicked on by Kuzmic and into the path of the goalkeeper, John Warwick. His first touch of the ball this evening. Former Cabrini and Widener man in goal. His ball falls to a red shirt, but picked up in the midfield. Omar Orellana spreading this one out wide for Sempervive. Former Gettysburg winger Chase Sempervive just couldn't corral that one out for now for a Sewell throw. They're going to take this one quickly. Gil Ferreira, part of the Rowan University contingent on this Sewell side. Gil Ferreira, brother Greg, currently captains Rowan, not in the squad tonight. Long throw. First to it is Ramos. Possession conceded right back to the visitors. Kiss. Still fighting for it is Jackson Kiss. And picked up in central midfield, Toporowski. Here's Gale. The switch completed for Kuzmic. Looking to go to work on Giovanni Acevedo. Good recovery from the GAK fullback. Now join Vilmar. No nonsense clearance. Here's Luisius. Good little hold-up play and turns it out wide for Sempervive. Counter-attack now coming for GAK into the penalty area. Chase Sempervive, and that touch just a bit too heavy. Ran out of real estate and out for a goal kick. We've seen ideas down either side, some direct Route 1 football. Perhaps we'll see more. Still early here at 0-0 between the German-American kickers and Sewell's Old Boys. Short off the goal kick. Here's Aiden Summers. Won by Kyle Pilateri. And quickly going the other way once again, GAK. Flag is down for Ernest Luisius. Luisius cross looking for Pierre, who tried to swing a left foot at it, couldn't connect, and cleared once again. Gale with a burst of speed. Flag is down, but a good recovery from Join Vilmar. He's been a little bit busy early on. Good feet to avoid the press as well from Davidson Join Vilmar. St. Pierre trying to turn his way out of danger. Recovering was Toporowski to win it back. Getting out of danger there is Lawler. Good feet from Ryan Lawler. Now Sifone. The former Kingsway and Rowan College South Jersey Gloucester man, Eli Sifone. Now Lawler, Penn State Abington man. Turn for Gale. Good feet from Ryan Gale, but just ran into the danger of Ramos. Now forward for Kuzmic. Flag is down. Kuzmic into the penalty area. Good sliding challenge from Acevedo to concede the corner. It'll be the second corner for the visitors now. Head coach for the Sewell's Old Boys side, Nick Campbell. Spent the last 2 years as the Gwynedd Mercy manager. His assistant coach, Connor Mullen, played at Stevenson. Sewell's Old Boys looks to make use of what is their second corner of the evening. Fone stands over this one. 7 red and black shirts in the penalty area looking to attack this driven ball. Doesn't beat the first man. That's Acevedo who gets ahead to it. Falls back to Sewell Old Boys central midfielder. Now Fatiga, touch out to his right, and a speculative effort there, sails well wide, out for a goal kick. Since the start the second half of this APSL season, the German-American kickers have only managed 3 goals in that stretch of 7 losses. The closest one, a pair of 5-1 losses at the end of February, start of March to Real Central NJ and Medford Strikers, who are currently bottom of the table. They've absorbed a little bit of pressure from Sewell's Old Boys to this point, but have had their own danger the other way. Switch out to the left back. Here's Daniel Grund. Former TCNJ man, Grund. Now in the middle, here's Ramos. The Dickinson and TCNJ current senior under a bit of pressure Back for Warwick, who just clears. Sempervive trying to turn. Defended nicely in the end by Jackson Kiss. Turning out of pressure there is Ferreira, and now Toporowski back out in a wide area. Here's Kiss. Taking players on into a crossing area now. Defended. Acrobatic effort from Gale doesn't go his way, and it cleared back to central midfield. Toporowski trying to get around a few white shirts and ran into danger in the end. Grund knocks it out for a throw. Quick off the throw in once again, Sewell's Old Boys. Jackson Kiss crossed into the penalty area. Back for Kuzmic. Here's Ferreira. Ferreira turning on the half volley, couldn't get it to go. Sifone couldn't link up with Kuzmic. Orellana hit the deck and possession goes back to Sewell. Jake Kuzmic in a crossing position on the left and couldn't get that one inside on the front post. Out for a goal kick. Really starting to absorb pressure now, the home side. German-American kickers, it's been tilting their end now in the early goings. Ramos, as the press intensifies from the visitors. And Grund for Dyson. Jay Sempervive calming things down and going back in possession. Here's Pilateri. He's forced to clear, and his unforced errors now starting to haunt GAK. So they got through the difficult part of the press, but maintaining possession made it look difficult there. It's once again Sewell's Old Boys throw in, and we've seen Ryan Gale be employed for these long throws early on. Another throw into the penalty area. Ferreira looking to flick it on. Defended nicely by Pilateri. The clearance from Grund. Flicked on by Dyson. And now here's where GAK have been dangerous. Early ball in the direction of Luisius. That was Lucknerson Pierre looking for Luisius, and he did well just to knock it off of Jackson Kiss for a throw. Here's Grund. Clever turn from Luisius, and the sliding challenge. He gets through that one as well. Luisius into the penalty area. Some patience. Luisius with a try. And it's the first save of the contest. It goes to the goalkeeper of Sewell's Old Boys, Dylan Aportella. And it always looked like he was going to hold on to that one. Controlling the pace of play have been Sewell's Old Boys, but when space is in their favor, GAK have looked like they can cause some damage in the opposite direction. Interesting to see how this one continues to play out here in the Delaware River Conference. Still 0-0 between these two sides, looking for 3 points. Pilateri. Lucknerson Pierre couldn't hold on to that one. Bouncing ball got away from him, and Lawler will retreat to Aportella. Here's Summers. Long ball looking for Kuzmic. Acevedo's been busy on this right-hand side in defense and did well there. Ramos running into a bit of trouble, but comes away with possession. Sifone picks up that errant ball in the middle. Another player hits the deck. That's Ryan Gill this time. Sempervive, the target there. Pass cut out by Summers. Here's Sifone. And Kiss once again. Ryan Gale. Early ball forward for Gil Ferreira. Back for Gale in a crossing position on the right. He's going to serve this one in to the back post. Fatiga's there to bring it down. Still Sean Fatiga. Ball bouncing away from him and clearing it in the air. Stevenson Join-Villar out for another throw. Loads of space in the penalty area for Fatiga there. Just couldn't bring that one down and set up a shooting opportunity. Perhaps the most dangerous position Sewell's Old Boys have found themselves into to this point. Here's Fatiga now. Acevedo stands him up nicely, but the throw is won once again by the visitors. And now it's going to be Jake Kuzmic to set up what seems to be another chance to serve in a long throw. Gale going to stay on his native right wing side as Kuzmic waits for numbers to come in. First one deflected away by Pilateri. Second ball won by Ramos, and now Lukner Pierre. Oliver Dyson completes the switch now for Sempervive. A challenge and recovery, that was Christian Vetter. Still Sempervive looking to play it back to the opposite wing. It was Ernest Luisius waiting for it. Instead falls right to the foot of Lawler. Now Luisius. Defended by Toporowski. Good feet from Luisius. Now Pierre cuts inside. Lukner Pierre on his left and right into the chest of the goalkeeper, Dylan Aportella, his second save of the night. They've been fruitful when they've gotten those opportunities, GAK. Just flashes of moments. Hold on here, could be an errant bounce that Sean Fatiga hopped on, but the touch was heavy enough to go in the direction of Warwick. German-American kickers have found themselves in those areas. They've made use of what little chances they've had. They've managed the only 2 shots on goal to this point of the match, despite clearly lacking in the possession category to this point. Ball in behind for Luisius to chase. Recovering is Vetter. Aportella on his least favorite left foot clears it into the direction of Oriana. Kuzmic cleans up, but only as far as Sempervive. Vetter once again picking off that pass, and now Jackson Kiss can push things forward for the visitors. Here's Kiss. Around Ramos, still Jackson Kiss around another white shirt. Here's Jackson Kiss, he scores! Brilliant solo goal from the Sewell's Old Boys right back. And their first shot on goal finds the back of the net. Jackson Kiss with an excellent solo effort. It's 1-0 now to the visitors. Familiar territory once again for German-American kickers. They're down 1-0 early. To this point, the only 2 chances that found themselves on target went to the home side. Pierre's most recent chance just coming moments ago, but the other way, it's a bit of lazy 1v1 defending from GAK. Jackson Kiss makes use of it, goes around a couple of white shirts before calmly finishing past John Warwick, and it's 1-0 now to Sewell's Old Boys. Continuing their second half of the season form, they've won their last 3, and they're in the driver's seat now at the German-American Society. What do the German-American kickers have in store in terms of a response? Here's Vetter. And intercepted by the home side. Sempervive can push things forward. Rather, that's Dyson drops it back. Here's Sempervive. Here's Giovanni Acevedo. Serves this in for Luisius. It's a good ball. Luisius gets a header to it. Not enough power behind it to beat Aportella from that distance. He holds on. But the ideas are there for GAK. Driven ball from the goalkeeper, goes all the way back to the center back, Kyle Pilateri. Acevedo avoids the pressure brilliantly from Kuzmic. There's Join Vilmar. Bounces off Pierre. Lovely football between those two. And the return effort from Oriana just didn't quite link up. Here's Ferreira. 3 white shirts converging on this near side. Ferreira and Toporowski looking to get out of the danger. Right decision there from Toporowski to just bounce this one back, and a clever little half turn as well. Kuzmic did well to keep it in play, but Acevedo picks up possession for the home side. Here's Ramos. And Sempervive switched out wide for Grund. Stephenson joined Vilmar. Early ball in behind for Pierre. The flag is up. He took it well. Those have been the areas where they found success, German-American kickers. Those pace down the wings have provided at least a couple of chances to this point. I imagine we'll see some more of those direct efforts, those long balls from the back. Now it's going to come the other way. Now Portella's restart gets us back underway. First ball won by Davidson Joinville-Mar, the former Georgian Court center back, native of Asbury Park and Long Branch. Forward for Gale now. Grund recovering. Toporowski. And now the goal scorer, Kiss. Bounced off Ferreira nicely for Sifone. A bit of an errant pass there from Gale. Possession now with a throw to GAK. Pilateri. Trying to set up these long runs once again. Instead, go back to his center back partner, Joinville-Mar. Those two play catch. Checking in all the way from the striker position, Ernest Luisius. That long ball was intended for Sempervive, picked out by Kiss, and now Dyson trying to fight through some pressure from Sifone, looking again in behind. Pierre giving chase. That one's corralled by Aiden Summers. Omar Orellana, the former Guatemala Youth International, plays this for Luisius. Back for Orellana. Good feet from Orellana. Couldn't get the through ball for Luisius. It was deflected away by Lawler. And Kuzmic with an early one. Fatiga, if he could gotten that turn, would have seen Ryan Gale to his right. Still fighting for it is Fatiga. He's going to find the ball again. And Ryan Gale, coming back from an offside position, just let that one go through. Early ball from Joinville-Mar. Finds Kuzmic. The Newman University man with 6 goals on the season. Jake Kuzmic forward now for Ferreira, who gives chase. It's held onto by Warwick. And that distribution didn't quite reach Daniel Grun. Ryan Gale forward for Fatiga. Avoids the challenge of Joinville-Mar. In front for Gil Ferreira. Should be. What a save that is from John Warwick. Only had Warwick to beat, but Ferreira is denied on the doorstep. Still fighting for possession, Sewell's Old Boys. Kuzmic with a shot from distance, and it's the second save of the night from Warwick. That one a little less impressive than the first, but made up for that mistaken possession with that save. Ferreira will want that chance back, surely. Can the kickers make use of that missed opportunity? Can they make Sewell pay? Long ball looking for Sempervives, brought down by Dyson, but with the use of his hand. Foul whistled there. Christian Vetter, the Plymouth Meeting, Pennsylvania native, and Springside Chestnut Hill High School, then found his way at Widener. Coming off his line there to pick that one up. Dylan Portella once again. Portella, one of several players on the Sewell team that won the NJAC with Rowan not too long ago. As Grund cuts out that pass from Toporowski. Grund looking inside for Dyson. Now Ryan Toporowski switched through Ferreira. Space to run now for Sewell's Old Boys, and that one just bounced up off into his shin. You can tell the pitch conditions playing a big factor thus far. Here's Ramos. Dyson. Now Orellana pushing up into a forward position, the midfielder. Looking for Pierre, who's just a step offside. Whistle blown. Omar Oriana came up through Sporting Delaware and MLS Next, PDA South, before playing high school ball at Trenton Central. As I mentioned, was involved with the Guatemalan youth setup at one point, and most recently played the amateur level in Spain before making his way back stateside. Second ball falls to Kuzmic, but just caught him off the face and out for a throw. Bit unfortunate there. Foul whistle there. Kuzmic just a little aggressive on the turning attempt from Luisius. Here's Grund. Oriana looking to shield off a couple of red shirts, but just too many to deal with, and an early ball for Gale. We've seen his burst of speed early. Joinville going back to defend. Here's Ryan Gale. Good touch around Joinville. Gale into the penalty area on his left, across, defended away, and Ramos can clear. That's Pilateri, who got the first bit of defensive interaction, but they're not done yet. Here's Kiss. Inside, Pierre, the first to defend it. Falls to Dyson, but back for Jackson Kiss. Ferreira looks to play it back for Kiss. The challenge from Ramos didn't quite clear the danger, but that effort from Sifone, far and wide, out for a goal kick. Folks, we'll remind you, today's Game and Frame broadcast is sponsored by Umbro. You can head to umbroteam.com to start designing your team kit for free now. Produced by Umbro, designed and worn by you. Back to that in a moment. Sean Fatiga with a good effort. That ball bounced a little bit more kindly than the first effort he had. He just pushed that one wide of the left post. Will be another goal kick. Sewell's Old Boys threatening again. Looking to double their lead early. That chance just whistled wide off the right boot of Fatiga. Clever feet there from Grund, and now Dyson. Chase Sempervive. And now Ramos. Chance to switch the point of attack, and he does, looking for Acevedo in behind. It's a good ball, but Kuzmic is there to recover. Those two jostling for positioning, and Kuzmic sees it all the way out for a goal kick. Anthony Marabuto is the man in charge of this German-American kickers team, the head coach and manager. He's had a rough go of it lately in just terms of their results, but they've played their opponent straight up today, but they are down 1-0, have had chances on either side. Foul whistled there on Dyson. Just a little bit handsy in that aerial duel in midfield. Summers looking long over the head of Joinville. Falls kindly to Ryan Gale. Can he bring that down? It was a good recovery in the end from Joinville to just wrong foot the forward. Now retreating back to midfield is Sewell's Old Boys. That pass cut out. Pierre, cheeky little nutmeg on Sifone. And the Travella through ball looking for Luisius. Lawler just taking the safe route and knocking that out for a corner. Bit of flash of skill there from Lucknerson Pierre. And he's earned a corner in the end for German-American kickers, their first of the evening. We've seen Luisius be the target Up across from Acevedo early. Didn't have enough muscle behind the header to get it past Aportella. We'll see what they can do from the corner. Sempervive stands over it for an in-swinger. Luisius and Dyson in the box as targets. It's going to go to the back post for Luisius. Falls nicely to him. Now chipped back inside. Pierre gets up and didn't connect with it cleanly enough, and Aportella will tick some time away from the clock here. I think it almost surprised Luisius the way the ball fell to his foot there. I was expecting maybe some of the traffic in front to deal with it. And that ball in behind, directed for Gale, falls the way of Davidson Joinville-Mar. Ramos, deflected by Toporowski, and now stepping in is Ferreira. Another bit of good pressing football from Sewell's old boys, but it's Joinville-Mar to cut out the pass from Kuzmic. Acevedo. Now Ramos. Forward for Pierre. Well, they're going to knock this one off. Pierre out for a throw. Long throw from Lawler finds Gale, and Acevedo just nudges it out for another throw. Now the first substitution of the night is going to come from the home side here. Be an early dismissal for the left winger Chase Sempervive. Sub has come on. We're back underway. Lawler preparing the restart. Looking inside for Toporowski. Intercepted by Luisius. And launching an early run in the opposite direction is Carlos Michel, the substitute. Throwing again for Michel, looking to turn. And Vetter. And this one trickles out off a white shirt last. It will be a Sewell's Old Boys throw deep in their own territory. Just one match on our tune-in slate tonight, folks. Be sure to check out Saturday night's matchup between Medford Strikers and Philadelphia SC. That one kicks off at 7 p.m. in APSL Delaware River Conference. A big matchup for both of these teams. They'll be scoreboard watching this weekend, surely, as Medford Strikers look to climb out of the basement of the Delaware River Conference, currently sitting in 12th. They face Philadelphia SC at 7 p.m. in APSL Delaware River Conference battle. On game and frame, Warwick under pressure there, just going to clear that off his left foot. That was Ryan Gale giving chase, and Acevedo couldn't do enough to keep that one in play. Imagine we'll see another chance to employ this long throw. Hasn't quite be in the first line of defense for GAK. It's going to be Gale on this left side to prepare the throw-in. Lofted throw. Kuzmic looking to flick it on. Ramos there to clear. As far as Pierre, who looks to turn and play the other way. Luisius. Playing in behind for Michel. Only as far as Vetter. And Aportella can clear it back the other way. Acevedo in a bit of trouble. Helping clean it up is Orellana. And now Ramos can hold on to possession for the home side. Here's Dyson. Grund looking to play a switch. Fatiga with a clever little turn, but recovering nicely is Joinville-Mar. Got to be very careful on balls back to the goalkeeper with the conditions of the pitch. Warwick did well there, but Kuzmic wins the second ball, fights through a challenge from Ramos, and the ball once again falls to the goalkeeper, Warwick. Now Ramos, heavy touch. Sifone all over it. Picked up by the visitors. Good one-touch passing now for Kiss, who's in a crossing position. Looking to the back post for Ferreira. It's a good ball. Ferreira can bring it down, but Acevedo is there to defend. Still Gil Ferreira. Challenge from Jean Villemar. Deemed a legal one by the referee. Out for a goal kick. To the 34th minute now we go. 1-0 to Sewell's Old Boys. Jackson Kiss with a solo effort and a calm finish by Warwick to make it 1-0 early on. They've had chances to double that lead. German Americans have had a chance to cut into that lead and haven't seen them cause too much trouble yet for Dylan Portela. Ramos flicks this one on for Luisius. Plays back for Dyson. They want to activate these runners on the wing early. Here's Michel. Looking to beat Kiss 1v1. Good recovery from Jackson Kiss. Those two still jostling for positioning, and it's Kiss who sees it all the way out. The Holy Family right back has had quite the day thus far. Portela preparing another long ball from this goal kick. Dyson, the first one out of the air. Toporowski wins it back the other way. Now Oriana for Michel. Michel and Pierre have switched wings here early on. Ollie Dyson. Spends his time as a youth coach with on-track soccer and NJ Soccer Shore, the Neptune, New Jersey native. Here's Ramos. And now Acevedo. His cross deflected by Kuzmik and just trickles out for a deep throw-in. Not quite a corner. Acevedo. A bounce a little bit fortuitous for him. Can he get into a crossing area? Giovanni Acevedo turning once again. Toporowski blocks his service. Luisius can maintain possession. Now for Dyson, who lets fly from range. Dyson just pushed that one wide. Shouts for a deflection, not going to get it. Will be a goal kick. It's a good bit of football from German-American kickers, just maintaining possession on top of the penalty area and getting a good look out of it in the end from Dyson. We've seen the bounces just can get away from you on this pitch. Makes sense to be going long once again from Portela. Toporowski can bring it down. Challenge from Ramos. Whistle there from Hassanen. Now a chance to really set up a set piece for the visitors just inside of midfield. See a number of red and black shirts at the back post to field this one. Aiden Summers standing over it now. The Blackwood, New Jersey and Triton regional native. Played his college ball at Westchester U before transferring to Widener. Current senior at Widener. It's a great ball in behind for Kuzmik. Oh, just missed. It's a brilliant service from Summers. Just driven all the way to the back post, and Kuzmik was there and connected with it cleanly, just couldn't get it underneath the bar. Inches away from 2-0 for the visitors. Really didn't miss by much just then, and would have been a spectacular goal had they pulled it off. Here's Grund. Luisius. Good intervention there from Vetter, and now Dyson can play in behind for Pierre. Flag is up on the near side from the assistant referee, Sammy Card. Just a tad bit too eager there from Pierre. That's the second time he's been whistled offside by only a fraction of a meter or so. And you get the sense that if Sewell let German-American kickers stick around in this game just a little while longer, then one of those long balls in behind can really find themselves in front of goal with a chance to level things before it's too late. Pilateri wins that one out of the air. And just losing his footing is Pierre gonna trickle out for a throw. Kuzmic can't hold on to it. Dyson clears. Luisius battling for it. And Luisius comes away. Now Michel. Going to take Ryan Lawler on 1v1. Carlos Michel over to his right. Cross inside. Falls for Orellana. Orellana scores! The clearance wasn't dealt with fully, and Omar Orellana, Johnny on the spot, levels this match at 1. Talk about right place, right time, and the timing of the match couldn't be much better. We're inching closer to the first half whistle, and it looked like there were multiple chances for Sewell to double their lead. Instead, a bounce goes the way of the home side, and it's 1-1. Orellana with a perfectly driven ball into the back post. Nothing that Portela could do. We're back underway. Level, one apiece here at the German-American Society in Yardville. You let your opponent hang around, they get a good bounce, and they can tie things up. You know, chances for Sewell to make it 2, maybe 3-0 through this first half. The kickers weren't out of this game by any stretch. They had their own chances. The best one finds the back of the net off the foot of Orellana. And now it's 1-1. Potentially got a classic on our hands in this relegation battle 6-pointer towards the bottom of the Delaware River Conference. Driven ball forward for Fatiga. Pilateri just a little bit of an intervention there to slow things down. Ramos, hospital ball that's picked off by Kuzmic, and now Sifone. Fights through a challenge from Michel. You know, Ferreira, again, just see the pitch playing its part in that errant pass picked off by Acevedo. And now Michel gonna give chase on Lawler. This does well to clear it, and Sifone, the first red shirt to it. Here's Lawler. Fatiga, can he bring this one down? Pilateri on his back. Good turn from Fatiga. Brilliant turn at that. And he's got Gale to his left. Looking for his right for Kiss. And recovering nicely was Pierre all the way from the left wing position to cut that out. Could have made something out of nothing there, Sean Fatiga. And again, under siege there, Pierre, who's pulling up with a bit of something here, knocks that one out for a throw. He may need a moment. A whistle from the referee as Pierre might need a second just to get his bearings back again here in the 43rd minute. 1-1 our score at the German-American Society. Jackson Kiss opened the scoring with a bit of individual brilliance. And then Omar Orellana got on the correct end of a poor clearance and funneled it into the bottom left corner by Dylan Portela. And it is 1-1. Moments for Sewell to put the game out of reach, you could say, early in this half. And the kickers weren't going to let themselves be brought out of it. They leveled it 1-1. You hope this isn't anything more than just a little bit of a knock, maybe a bit of cramp for St. Pierre, who's been one of the more dangerous players going the opposite direction for this GAK team, and he's back to his feet. Looks like he'll go off on his own accord. We'll see if he's able to continue as we are approaching the first half whistle here in Yardville, New Jersey. Sewell's Old Boys have had a great run of form as of late, like we've mentioned. 3 consecutive victories. They've all been narrow games. 2-1 win over Philadelphia SC and a pair of 3-1 wins away from home against Lighthouse and Philadelphia Heritage. They've had to battle to get each of those wins. They'll have to battle again today if they want to get the 3 points on the road. Just 4 points splitting the final 4 teams in the Delaware River Conference table. That includes both of these sides tonight. And Pierre will come off. Shot from distance is an easy one for Warwick. And he's going to be in no rush to get things going now that they've leveled things in this first half. That one comes out for throw right in front of the camera. John Kessler in central midfield is going to be the substitute to come in for Pierre. A chance now for Sewell's Old Boys. Fatiga could be in. Sean Fatiga got around Join Vilmar, and just like that, they're back in front. It's 2-1 to the visitors. Burst of speed, a bad bounce, and an easy finish. Sean Fatiga has had a few chances. This one he wasn't going to miss. It's 2-1 now to the visitors. They've restored order back in front on the stroke of halftime. Keep our eyes on this restart. Oliver Dyson maybe thought about going for goal, instead just going to got this short for Kessler. Substitute, Mercer United, Trenton Catholic midfielder as Michel gets this one forward, looking to go to work on Lawler. Recovering there is Kuzmik. And this one will come out off a red shirt last. It'll be the second corner of the night for the home side. Don't know how much time we've got left in this first half. The left foot of Carlos Michel could potentially pop an in-swinger onto the head of Ernest Luisius here. Michel's cross deflected by the first defender, Sifone Acevedo, with a strike. And looking to keep that one in play was Michel. Instead, it goes off him last, and that's going to be the halftime whistle. They nearly got to the half, tied 1-1, but a late goal from Fatiga makes it 2-1 to Sewell's Old Boys. A halftime score. Sewell's Old Boys 2, German-American Kickers 1. They opened the scoring with a solo effort from Jackson Kiss. They leveled things briefly with Omar Orellana, and then Sean Fatiga restored order in the final moments of the first half. The visitors, Sewell's Old Boys, lead 2-1 after 45.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish. Flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University, and I play forward. The salt air case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division I programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Back for second half action here at the German American Society in Yardville, New Jersey. I'm James Burley. Isaac Jersey is the man behind the camera. Currently, Sewell's Old Boys lead 2-1 after an eventful first 45 over the German American Kickers. The Kickers looking to dig their way out of 11th place in the APSL Delaware River Conference table. Currently, that leaves them in the playoff position, where they'd play the second place team in the Casa Select League to avoid going down, ahead of the Medford Strikers, currently down in 12th. Tied for 9th place in the table are Sewell's Old Boys, continuing their good run of form thus far. They've won their last 3 matches. They're in pole position now with a 2-1 lead after 45. They open the scoring midway through the first half with a goal from Jackson Kiss, just a nice little solo run that beat a number of white shirts before depositing the goal into the back of the net. Omar Orellana got it late in the first half to level things 1-1 on the other end, got on the right end of a poor clearance. And then with just the dying minutes of that first half, Sean Fatiga got on the wrong foot of the center backs for German American Kickers to give them the 2-1 lead. And it looks like we're just about ready for second half action here. Just minutes away from the state capital of the Garden State in Trenton. The German American Kickers going to kick it off here in the second half, down 2-1. Bit of a hospital ball back there, and it's picked up by Ryan Gale. The goal scorer, Kiss. Here's Ferreira. Daniel Grund dealing with the second ball there inside. Second half substitute Cesar Jaramillo in the middle. Here's Kessler. Dyson. Lofted ball in behind, looking for Jaramillo, who's making a late charge. That one's held on to by the goalkeeper, Portela. Another halftime substitute in goal for German American Kickers, John Warwick. Only seeing the first 45, Daniel Blomgren coming in, the former New Egypt high school man, in goal. Michel couldn't corral that one on the far wing. And Portela can roll this one back out. Here's Kiss. Defended nicely on the near side and out for a throw. Here's Vetter. Now Lawler. More intense pressure from the German American Kickers than we have seen in this first 45. Starting to turn the dial up a little bit in the second half, but they lose possession there. It was Jaramillo who couldn't hold on to it. Fatiga bounces back for Lawler. Toporowski can't hold on to it. The pressure from Dyson too much to handle. Here's Luisius. Thought about it from distance. Sifone helping out. Toporowski looking to get rid of it. Now Lawler can play out of the danger. Kuzmik looking to flick that one in ahead for Fatiga. Joinville-Mar. Now Ramos. Can't hold on to possession. German American Kickers. Now Ryan Gale with room to run. Davidson Joinville-Mar. Good defending in recovery to slow down the speedy winger. Blomgren plays out of the danger there from Gale. Long ball from Joinville-Mar looking for Michel. Lawler first to win it, but can't keep it in front of him. Michel trying to fight his way past Lawler. Foul whistled there for the use of the hands. The referee Mo Hassanin just letting the players know not going to take any dissent today. Fatiga looking to flick this one on. Another second half substitute, Juan Olivo, fighting for that one out of the air. Here's Kiss. Confronted by Grund. Jackson Kiss going down the right side, looking to get a cross in. Joinville there. Good turn there from Jaramillo. Dyson for Michel. And looking back inside for Dyson. Just popped that one up. Didn't mean to do that. And now it deflects off Acevedo up for a Sewell throw. Lawler. Switch from Ferreira. And completed now. Here's Kiss. The Holy Family University right back, Jackson Kiss, opened the scoring earlier tonight. Back for Christian Vetter. Gil Ferreira turns and clipped there. That was Jaramillo, who just took a little piece of the foot there from Ferreira. Chance to set things up once again for Sewell's Old Boys. We saw Summers put in a brilliant ball from a little bit further back than this distance, and Kuzmic connected with it, but just put it over the bar. So it'll be a really good chance to test the substitute goalkeeper here. Five black and red shirts waiting at the edge of the penalty area near the far post. Bailey Sifone and Gil Ferreira standing over this one, offering a right and left foot option. Ferreira now it's going to be Sifone. Joinville the first to it, and Dyson clears. Touch from Luisius, just gets away from him. And retreating in possession there is Vetter. Ball from Aportella, was looking for Kuzmic. Good step from Acevedo. And still Acevedo surging. But Kuzmic now with it. Off the feed from Lawler. Still Jake Kuzmic. And Ramos retrieves possession. Kessler. Poor touch, can't hold on to it. And now Kiss. Looking forward for Gare. Picked up by Dyson. Shouts for a stud there. And Joinville showcasing sportsmanship just to knock that out for a throw. And in pain here is Jackson Kiss, who scored the opening goal. Just a challenge that got away from him. Ali Dyson there with the collision. No foul whistled, but still in some pain is Jackson Kiss. Favoring that left foot. Just might have caught a stud from Dyson in the process. Hope it's nothing serious and he's okay. So 7 minutes and change into the second half. Seen more of the same. Sewell's Old Boys controlling possession, some chances flying the other end for German American kickers. It's Jackson Kiss who's still down after that infraction with Ali Dyson. No foul given, just hope it's nothing serious and he's able to get back to his feet and perhaps continue. Folks, we'll remind you that today's Game and Frame broadcast is sponsored by Umbro. You can head to umbroteam.com to start designing your team kit for free now. Produced by Umbro, designed and worn by you. Thanks to Umbro for sponsoring Game and Frame's broadcast this season. As Jackson Kiss is back to his feet, and may be preparing the first substitution for the visitors. He will continue off to the side of the pitch here. they will make that change. Substitution at the right back position. Jackson Kiss, who opened the scoring in the first half, going to come off with that injury. Coming in at the right back position, Mike Berkeley, another member of that Widener contingent. Now the 5th Widener man on the pitch. Sewell's Old Boys, that spine of the team, goes all the way back. Brought down by Acevedo. Turn from Kessler is a good one, looking forward for Luisius. Lawler retrieving it. Still under some pressure from Luisius, and it will be a corner. The 3rd corner of the night for GAK. Luisius, who perhaps is one of the bigger targets in the penalty area, is going to stand over this one. He provides the in-swinger with his left foot. Lofted ball towards the penalty spot, clipped away by Toporowski. Now held on to by Ramos, who's going to let go from distance. Portela had to be equal to it. A good diving stave from the goalkeeper, and it's going to trickle out for another corner. Good effort from distance from Ramos. He didn't get everything behind it, but that bounce, very difficult to deal with for the goalkeeper, and he did well. His 4th save of the night, now the 4th corner to follow. It's Michel. This time an outswinger from the opposite end. Lofted ball towards the top of the 6-yard box. Luisius was there. The second bounce is cleared. Jean Villemar wins the second ball. And now Berkeley, brought down by Dyson. Good fight from Sifone. And now Sewell comes away with it. Here's Fatiga. Avoids the challenge from Jaramillo, but it's a good sliding effort from Olivo. Now Dyson with time. Michel. Lost his footing on the turn. As is customary on this pitch, now Vetter. Back for Portela. Back again for Vetter. Now Ferreira. Things moving a little bit slowly now for Sewell Old Boys. They're looking a little more direct in the direction of Fatiga. Gale's first touch brought him into the direction of Olivo. Now Ramos bounced back for Juan Olivo. And he'll just get his foot through it, but not as far as Kuzmik. Fatiga with a chance to strike. Sean Fatiga go by as one. And the left-footed effort got way underneath it, out for a goal kick. Just another casualty from the pitch there in defense. Had a player drop to the turf once again and couldn't make use of the space he created for himself. Davidson Jean Villemar preparing a long goal kick, the center back. Lawler wins that one out of the air. Acevedo looking to track it. And Jean Villemar foot through it once again. Lawler the first man out of the air. Carlos Michel looking to keep it around Toporowski. Lawler looking to deal with it. Still Ryan Lawler. And now down the line again for Michel with some more space. Toporowski the first to cut that one out. And out for a throw. Michel in quickly for Luisius. Ernest Luisius onto his left. Luisius! So he got everything behind it, but just pushed it over the bar. It didn't miss by that much. Absolutely thundered that one wide of the goal for a goal kick. Berkeley making a run from the right back position. That ball from Vetter in his distance. Jean Villemar clears. Ferreira wins that strong 50-50 against Luisius. Here's Vetter. Now Berkeley stepping forward into midfield. Just got a little too carried away. Ramos with it. Clever touch from Gale to keep it. And Kessler plays for Dyson. Looking in behind for Luisius, who just stepped into an offside position. It's Ferreira. Looking ahead for Kuzmic. Brought down instead by Acevedo. Dyson, switch completed for Grund. Kessler ran into danger there. Toporowski was looking for Fatiga with the early ball and instead falls into the direction of Jaramillo. Errant pass. Now throw for German-American kickers. Luisius looking to hold things up. Now Kessler looking through for Michel. Flag is down for Carlos Michel. Defended on the first ball. That was Summers. And now Vetter can only clear it as far as Luisius. And Ernest Luisius took a boot there from Kuzmic. It will be a free kick now for German-American kickers. Chance for them to serve in a dangerous ball. We've seen them find some, I want to say, half chances from corners. They haven't gotten on the end of any of them. They forced the Sewell Old Boys defense to have some difficult decisions to make in an area where they can prompt that once again. They've got some more height on the pitch in this second half, although it does look like Luisius is going to be the one who serves things in once again. Olivo and Jaramillo options in the area. Luisius' left-footed ball. Michel is there! Michel scores! Brilliant service and a weak-footed finish out of the air on the volley from Carlos Michel. We are tied at 2 at the German-American Society. 68th minute we go. It is 2-2. Game on in Yardville. One of the bigger targets in the box, Ernest Luisius. Instead, he puts in the service, and it's a pretty one as well. Michel, the substitute from the first half, just kisses this one into the back of the net, into the side netting. Nothing Aportella could do. We're tied. A pair of goals for each team here. German-American kickers, their second time leveling things. And what do we have for the final 22 minutes in change here at the German-American Society? Ferreira fighting off the challenge from Jaramillo. Foul whistled. Long ball from Summers. Jean Vilmar couldn't deal with it. The second clearance from Grund wasn't a good one. It falls now for Kuzmic. Save made by Blomgren. It trickles into the back of the net. Jean Vilmar went down with something, some shouts from the German-American kickers. But that leveling goal didn't make a difference much. Just a minute later, it finds the back of the net. Jake Kuzmic, shot that took a deflection. Bad bounces for GAK to deal with, and they're on the wrong end there. It's 3-2. Sewell's Old Boys restores the lead just seconds after conceding. And I stand corrected. This is the 64th minute now. 25 plus to go. And Sewell's Old Boys bounces back in front. Those long balls have been dangerous for both sides to deal with. Players hitting the deck on either end. Jean Vilmar the latest. And it falls kindly to Jake Kuzmic, who strikes it past the hopeless Blomgren, who got a hand to it, but it still trickled its way by the goalkeeper and into the back of the net. Not quite as pretty as the equalizing goal just moments ago, but they all count the same, and this one, a devastating blow for German-American kickers who fought so hard to get back level. And Davins and Jean Vilmar, who's been excellent in the center of defense, might have to step off for at least a moment after paying the price there with those collisions in the penalty area. And now what do we have in store for the final 25 minutes or so left here at the German-American Society? Kuzmic forward looking for Fatiga. Flicked on for Gale. Ryan Gale, brilliant goal. Wasting no time to double the advantage. It's 4-2. With that huge gap in the center of defense, that Davidson-Jean-Villemar gap in defense. It took 3 passes to break through. The flick on from Fatiga set up Gale brilliantly, and he struck it past Blomgren. Just a number of chances in a matter of minutes. A 3-goal swing in this one. And it's 4-2 now to Sewell's Old Boys. Once again finding themselves in a territory that's become too accustomed to German-American kickers. They're down 2 on home turf. Going quickly again are the visitors. Sean Fatiga goes forward. And these 2 goals are more that the German-American kickers have scored in a number of matches. They've only scored 3 in their last match. Fatiga there shown yellow for that late challenge on Acevedo. It's the first card to come out of the pocket of Mo Hassanen. Important now that the home side doesn't let their heads drop. There's still 20 plus minutes to go. They've conceded 2 in a matter of moments, but they're not out of this game just yet. And now a yellow card for dissent has been shown to another player in red. Perhaps that was just the original yellow being confirmed for the likes of Fatiga. We'll have to confirm that after the match. See another substitute now. Come on for the home side. It's Karl Steffen, number 32 in white, entering the match there. I believe Acevedo is the one who steps off as Jean-Villemar stands over this set piece to get things back underway. And while they did concede 2 goals in a matter of moments, this German-American kickers team is as much in this game as they have been since about November. Sewell's Old Boys now cruising perhaps to what could be their 4th straight win as Lawler picks that one out of the air. Kessler. Olivo and Jean-Villemar. Kuzmic looking forward for Ryan Gale. Grund bounces back for Olivo. Under pressure from Gale, Juan Olivo. Gale cuts back inside, brilliant feet. Still Gale around the keeper. Cleared off the line by Olivo, but it falls for Fatiga, who was in an offside position. That one's not going to count. And Juan Olivo got caught in a bit of trouble there. No man's land. Ryan Gale took advantage, but it was an eventual recovery from Olivo that keeps this game from getting ugly late. Still 4-2 with that excellent clearance, and Fatiga just a bit offside before popping that one back into the net. Ferreira ran into Jaramillo. Cesar Jaramillo dispossessed there, but wins the throw. Setting up a long throw is Ernest Luisius. He's played the role of facilitator quite a bit today, the striker for German-American kickers. Got a lot on that throw. Lawler the first out of the air. Jaramillo trying to keep it. Acevedo pumps that one back in off his head and funneled forward. Fatiga giving chase. Fatiga the first out of the air. Olivo there to corral the ball and regain possession. Stefan, cheeky little nutmeg from Gale as he's dispossessed. Now Berkeley getting forward. Thought about knocking one forward for Sifone. Now Grund makes his way by the midfielder. The challenge there. Sifone whistled for a foul. Here's Olivo. Jean Villemar under a bit of pressure. The early one got away from him. And Kuzmic wanted to play Fatiga in behind, but those two just couldn't quite link up there. It falls all the way for Blomgren. Jean Villemar for Carl Stefan. One by Toporowski, and now forward for Fatiga. Early ball looking to the back post for Gale. Gale in loads of space. Ryan Gale scores his second, and it is 5-2 now. Pulling away with it are the visitors, Sewell's Old Boys. 3 straight goals in a matter of minutes. Ryan Gale's second in a matter of minutes. Things unraveling for the German-American kickers now in the second half. Just how different this game looked just not even 10 minutes ago. All the confidence and momentum fell towards the home side, but a resurgence here in this second half from the visitors, Sewell's Old Boys. A couple of mistakes in the back, and against this team, they're going to be all over that. 5-2 now here at Nick Weiner Senior Field at the German-American Society. What response to that does this home side have in them? An absolute mountain to climb for them to get a point out of this one. They're staring down the barrel of what would be their 8th straight loss. That certainly looked like a foul throw if the referee's going to take that. If not, it will still be a throw for Sewell's Old Boys. Michel scored the second goal. That was briefly the equalizing goal in this match, and possession goes back towards the visitors. Berkeley inside for Sifone. Here's Summers. Vetter. Cesar Jaramillo giving chase. Now Dyson pressuring as Vetter looks in the middle for Sifone. Here's Ferreira. And Vetter looking long, going to challenge this back line once again. Grund the first out of the air as Ryan Gale still gives chase. And running out of room is Grund. Here's Summers again. And Vetter. An errant pass there from Ferreira. Nearly picking that off was Michel. And a foul there whistled on Jaramillo for that collision on Aiden Summers. Ferreira. Sifone's touch just didn't get enough on it, and now Kessler can look forward for Michel. A bit wasteful in possession now, the German-American kickers. We've seen them make use of when they get those chances to knock players in behind. They've been dangerous. They've scored 2 goals tonight. Just in this second half, things have gotten away from them. Juan Olivo has been busy this second half. He is there again to put out that fire, but only as far as the far touchline. It's Fatiga bouncing back off Toporowski off the throw. Was looking for Gil Ferreira. I think he knew he was in an offside position, and this one's cleared. Luisius quick off the throw. Here's Acevedo. Inside. Jaramillo running out of room. Collected again by Ollie Dyson. Looking to switch this one to the opposite wing is Kessler. Too much on it, out for a goal kick. A correction on that substitute earlier. Acevedo remains in the match. John Ramos was the one who stepped off for Carl Steffen, who was taking over in the holding midfield role for the home side. Approaching the 76th minute now into the final quarter hour. It's been all Sewell's old boys, really, since the 60th minute of play. Carlos Michel scored a lovely goal off an Ernest Luisius free kick. It was 2-2 for really less than a minute. We'll have to go back and check the tape to see just how long this game remained 2-2. And ever since, it's been 3 straight goals. And still the danger looming. Fatiga pokes that one in off the post. And that's 4 straight unanswered from Sewell's old boys. It's 6-2 now. Just a goal of utter determination there from Sean Fatiga in a foot race with Joan Vilmar, in a battle with Olivo, and he came out the winner, just getting a poke into it off the upright and in. And not only does this make matters worse for German-American kickers, this would now not only be their 8th straight defeat, but it would be their 8th straight defeat by a matter of 4 goals or more, should this result hold the way it is. And if you just check the scoreline, this match looks like any one of the others. For about an hour into this one, this game was as level as you could peg it. Pulling away ever so slightly was Sewell's old boys, and now they've just been pulling out further and further and further. The distance now, if it was a mountain to climb before, well, that mountain's starting to look like Everest. 6-2, Sewell's old boys lead. That substitution in midfield, Bailey Sifone stepping off and handing the captain's armband to Fred Renzulli, another member of the Rowan College South Jersey Gloucester contingent. Renzulli in central midfield. Number 11 for the black and red is that ball from Kessler. Just trickles all the way to the goalkeeper, Aportella. Long ball from Vetter. Going to be calmly corralled by Davidson Joan Vilmar, and they have conceded 6, but Joan Vilmar has had an incredible blue-collar game in the center defense. He's been excellent. Can't say the same about the way the team has defended as a unit in this second half. And Ryan Gale took something up to the face, perhaps just some dirt into the eyes. And he'll need a minute to recuperate here because the foul's been whistled. Just need the referee's whistle. A little too eager to get things back underway. Now ready to continue. Here's Ferreira. And Vetter. Retreating back for Aportella. Michel and Jaramillo pressing. And the press paying dividends. It falls for Kessler. Now Steffen. Jaramillo. Finding it again forward for Steffen. Berkeley using the body well to shield off a couple of white shirts. Stefan regains possession. Was looking in the middle, Toporowski there to cut things out. And Berkeley around the challenge of Jaramillo. Good feet there from Mike Berkeley. Berkeley looking forward. Renzulli was the one stepping forward, and now Damison Jean-Villemar going to step forward into central midfield. And here's Acevedo. Folks, will remind you, just one match on our tune-in slot for this game. Saturday night, April the 11th, Medford Strikers takes on Philadelphia SC at 7 p.m. in APSL Delaware River Conference action. Both teams will be eagerly watching that one as Medford Strikers in that relegation battle with these two sides. Philadelphia SC up in 5th place on 24 points. German-American kickers will definitely be eagerly awaiting the results of that match on Saturday. Be sure to tune in to catch that one exclusively on Game and Frame. Good combination there. Gil Ferreira is in an offside position. The head referee, Mo Hassanin, hasn't realized yet. The flag came up on the near side early. Now the shouts displeasure with the decision here from Sewell's Old Boys. May have to go back and check the tape on that one. A number of red shirts there in a position to receive the ball. A restart from Join-Villemar in the direction of Michel. Dealt with by Vetter. And the bouncing ball, Ferreira fighting with Jaramillo. Referee is all over that decision. Whistle stays down. Acevedo. Fatiga letting that one trickle through. Olivo looking to defend. Burst of speed from Sean Fatiga. On a hat trick, Sean Fatiga. And recovering is Olivo, who clears that one. I'm not sure if that one went out for a corner or a deep throw. And still some shouts coming from the Sewell's Old Boys bench. We'll see if a card is going to come out of the pocket of Mo Hassanin here. It's the manager, Nick Campbell, just letting his voice be heard. And the yellow card does come out. Things getting a bit chippy here, but not exactly between the two sides. It's been with Sewell's Old Boys and the officiating crew. They've made their displeasure known. I'm still awaiting whether or not this is going to be a deep throw or a corner. As Hassanin gets back into position. And perhaps the conditions, just getting to the players here. We said the temperature at kickoff was 41. It's lowered into the 30s. It was at 38 with a feels like of below freezing. Doesn't really feel just quite like a spring night yet in the Garden State. God willing, we are getting there. These players just taking a quick breather before we can get things back underway. I think just a cooling off period for some of the tempers. Mo Hassanin is letting things cool down here. And it is confirmed it will be a deep throw for the visitors as Ferreira eager to get things back underway. Now the whistle will finally get back underway here at the German-American Society. Only 3 shirts waiting in the penalty area. No need to push the issue so much. The long throw from Ferreira flicked on by Kuzmic. The clearance right into the direction of Gale. Caught a break there. Not to concede another chance. Gale and Fatiga both on a hat trick. They've each got a brace to this point. Early ball looking for Carlos Michel. Think he was in an offside position. No chance he's going to reach that one either. As Portela going to take a couple more seconds off the clock here. Berkeley. Opening goal was scored by Jackson Kiss in the first half. Things were leveled briefly. Omar Oriana scored for German-American kickers before Sean Fatiga could get one before half. And Carlos Michel scored on a second half free kick flicked on by Ernest Luisius, and quickly scoring in the opposite direction. Jake Kuzmic, Sean Fatiga, and then a pair from Ryan Gale. And Michel just took the brunt of that challenge moments ago. He's still down at midfield. And the last thing either team needs here, when we're at the point, a 4-goal lead, under 10 minutes to go, things are all but procedural. Last thing you'd want to see are injuries on either side. Michel still down. Davis and Jean Villemar there to bring his teammate back to his feet. He's the second goal scorer on the night for the home side. And a substitution now coming for the visitors. It looks like that'll be the end of Sean Fatiga's night. 2 goals, good contributions up front, and a yellow card to boot. Krish Almeida, the former Gloucester Tech and Seton Hall club soccer man, will finish the match up front for Sewell's Old Boys, wearing number 19 in black and red. Back underway once again. Lots of stoppages late in this second half as we inch closer and closer to the finish. Jean Villemar's clearance, one out of the air by Lawler. Kuzmic flicks it on. Stefan plays for Acevedo. Stefan again. Renzulli fighting for possession, and now Almeida giving chase. Still holding on to it, the shirts in white. Jean Villemar ran into Renzulli there. Jaramillo recovers, and Stefan smart to just get out of the danger. Here's Kessler completing the switch for Grund. Pitch and the ball bouncing on him. These rough patches in the grass have made things difficult to maintain possession the way that GAK were hoping to there. It's a lovely little flick from Toporowski for Berkeley. He bounces off Renzulli. And a little Trivella into the middle for Ferreira, who can complete the switch. Here's Kuzmic. Looking inside for Almeida. And his touch too heavy to get around Olivo, out for a goal kick. It looked like maybe there was a path back into the game for the German-American kickers the way the second half started, but ever since they got that equalizing goal, things have gone all wrong. They've conceded 4 unanswered. It is 6-2 now to Sewell's Old Boys as the pressure relentless again from the visitors. Grund, quick feet to get around Ryan Gale. But Berkeley does well to shield out Kessler and knock it out for another throw. Dyson, pressured by Toporowski. And a good step forward again from Grund. Dyson again. Does well to just maintain possession. Grund was looking to play a flat pass across the middle, in for Jaramillo. Renzulli forward for Gale. The flag is down for Ryan Gale. He's got Olmedo at the back post. It's a good ball. Instead it falls for Ferreira, who is looking to bounce it for Renzulli. And Jaramillo can get it to safe haven. Now Jean Vilmar plays forward for Luisius. Kuzmic does well to come back and defend, and Luisius feeling the brunt of that challenge. He wants a card to come out of the pocket as well for Kuzmic. Going quickly is Davison Jean Vilmar. Ball forward from Luisius, one out of the air by Vetter. Renzulli. Stefan instead finds possession for the home side, and now here's Olivo. Not enough on that ball. Hospital pass picked off by Kuzmic. His touch is back to the goalkeeper Blomgren. Now Luisius looking to elevate the switch for Michel. The flag is up on the far side. Offside is the decision. As the 90th minute trickles out. See how much added time we've got left in this match. If the whistle is going to go now, we're past the full 90 here at the German-American Society. And no added time is the decree from Mo Hassanen. The final score at the German-American Society at Nick Wiener Senior Field. It's Sewell's Old Boys 6, the German-American Kickers 2. The visitors got the scoring started early with Jackson Kiss, a bit of a solo goal. He ran through multiple players to open the score. Things were leveled by Omar Orellana. They took the lead once again before halftime. Sean Fatiga clean through on goal. Had the 2-1 lead at halftime, and they were cut into that by German-American kickers. It was a good response to start the second half. Carlos Michel scored on the free kick from Ernest Luisius, but then it was 4 straight from Sewell's Old Boys. Just moments after that game was tied, things got away from the home side. A couple of goals from Ryan Gale, a second from Sean Fatiga, and Jake Kuzmic all getting on the score sheet. And it finishes 6-2 at German-American Society. I've been James Burley. The man behind the camera is Isaac Jersey. We'll be back with a word from a member of Sewell's Old Boys just after this.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish. Flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University, and I play forward. The salt air case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together, and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer, and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division I programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
James Burley back at the German American Society in Yardville, New Jersey. The final score, Sewell's Old Boys 6, the German American Kickers 2. Here was Sean Fatiga, scored 2 goals in the match. Sean took both your goals nicely, a couple chances in behind. The game really opened up there in the second half. Just your thoughts when the floodgates really opened.
Once we started scoring, we started getting the groove. You know, we worked with the conditions on the field. They weren't that good, but, you know, we stayed with it and got the job done, you know?
Yeah, and it's now been a great run of form for your team. That's 4 wins in a row. Things were a little bit tight there for the first hour of this match, but you guys pulled ahead in this cold weather on the pitch conditions. What can you say about this group to be able to fight through that adversity and come away with 3 points once again?
You know, we're just getting used to each other. I played with a couple of these guys in college. Just a couple of guys from home. You know, we're just getting the hang of it and just the chemistry's building up.
And as the chemistry builds up, just now a handful of games left to go as you guys climb up the table continuously. 4 straight wins. What's the rest of the season look like for you guys? How do you guys keep that form going?
You know, we're just focused on Saturday, our next game. I believe it's against the Bocas. They're a pretty good team, so we'll just keep our heads in the game and just get it going again.
Thank you, Sean. The final score here from German American Society, Sewell's Old Boys 6, German American Kickers 2. I've been James Burley. Isaac Jersey's the man behind the camera. Thanks for joining us on Game and Frame.